What is going on, Proper Squad? Fatal Steven here. In today's video, I'm going to be explaining to you guys why I changed my name from FatalKrouzer to Fatal Steven. I should have done this video, when I changed my name, but I was too busy trying to make other videos in the meantime. But I read comments of people asking me, what happened to FatalKrouzer? So I'm like, okay, let me just make this video to explain why I changed my name. This way, if someone asks me the question, I can just link it in the video rather than having to constantly type it on in the comment section. So it's actually not really a complicated story to why I changed my name. 13 years ago, when I was 13, I believe, I got a PS3 for my birthday. And here's the video of me opening the PS3.
Sorry, that was my Robbie.
That's underwear.
Even better open than that.
Yeah, we got you
Steven, see what
underwear.
movie it is.
Open it.
We got you tidy whitey.
You said it anymore?
She wrapped them up.
Steven, what movie is that? I don't know what movie is it. It's Transformers?
Sorry, Steven.
The boy Transformers. I've seen that movie 3 times this year. The boy.
What is it? What's the game? The game. The game.
Grand Theft Auto. Gotta give him to me.
About time.
Give him to me.
3 games.
He was shaking his moo moo.
What's that?
Oh, that was really exciting.
Yeah,
That's what the box looks like.
Yeah, I got it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, I got it. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's a pretty young looking Fatal Steven, I must say. So yeah, I got a PS3 for my birthday with the game Grand Theft Auto 4. Grand Theft Auto 4 being my very first PS3 game. Why my parents got me Grand Theft Auto 4 at the age of 13? Well, because my parents are fucking awesome. And they knew that growing up with a PS2, I've played every single Grand Theft Auto. My dad has always gotten me the newest Grand Theft Auto when it came out. He actually got me San Andreas as a surprise when he was driving home from work one day. He just got me San Andreas on the release date, and I never asked him for it, but I never forgot that memory ever since. My excitement when I got that game, because in the meantime I was playing a lot of GTA 3, Vice City, right, wrestling games. So San Andreas was like a big difference when it came to the other Grand Theft Autos, and it became one of my favorite Grand Theft Autos, as well as Grand Theft Auto 4. That's why Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto 4, and Grand Theft Auto 5 are my current top 3 Grand Theft Autos. And with PS3 you need to make a PSN. Now back then PSNs were free. You did not need PlayStation Plus. I don't think PlayStation Plus was even a thing yet. So PSN was free on PS3. You just make an account and you are good to go to play online. My cousin and my best friend both already had PS3s on launch day because they are 4 years older than me. So they're 17 years old with a PS3 already since launch day. So once I got the console and I opened it up, it's my very first online console, so I had no idea how to work it. Obviously, I wasn't even old enough to have an account, really. So I tried to think of a name. I'm like, what the hell should I make a name? I initially came up with the name the GTA King because I love GTA so much, and it's a play on Grand Theft Auto, but also a play on Greater Toronto area where I'm from. So the GTA King just, sort of stuck with me. But my cousin and my friend roasted me for the name, and they're like, nah, how about Fatal? And I'm like, oh, I like that, yeah, do Fatal. They entered it, Fatal was taken. Of course it is, it's Fatal, it's just one word, it's gonna be taken. So they're like, think of another name after Fatal, and I'm like, what can I think of? And at the time, I believe Resident Evil 4 was already out, so I remember watching my buddy play Resident Evil 4 a lot on the Wii, and I'm like, oh, how about Krauser? Because I really love that boss fight. Now, my cousin and my friend and I spelled Krauser completely wrong. Krauser is actually spelled like Krauser. I believe that's how it's correctly spelled for the character. But I spelled it Krouzer. We spelled it completely wrong. But FatalKrouzer ended up being my name, and I stuck with that name for 13 years. Whatever I made, whether it be a Twitter, an Instagram, even my Snapchat currently is FatalKrouzer because they can't change it. So PSN, anything that I made, YouTube, has always been FatalKrouzer. And growing up, I just kept the name, but eventually I'm just like, I don't even play Resident Evil 4, I love the game, it's a great game, but I don't want to be known as Krauser, a character from Resident Evil 4, like my whole life with my online presence. So I'm like, let me just change my name to myself. Let me just be me, my name, Fatal Steven, right? I love the Fatal part, I'm always going to keep that, but I'm like, I don't want Krauser, I don't want no random character's name at the end of Fatal. How about Fatal Steven? Just be myself. So that's pretty much why I changed my name. I just want to be myself, right? Like, it is kind of hard to get Fatal Steven as the different handles on other social medias. Like for example, like on YouTube I got Fatal Steven, but my PSN is still FatalKrouzer. My Twitter is Fatal Steven YT, and my Twitch is Fatal Steven Live because Fatal Steven is already taken for those things, unfortunately. But honestly, I'm just gonna roll with that. You know, I'm okay with that. I've already adjusted to the changes of my name on the other social media, so that is why I changed my name to Fatal Steven. I'm sure you guys can relate. You know, if you guys have a name that you made when you were a kid, it's very similar to our first emails. Our first emails were probably very absurd, very random. I know my very first email had a bunch of weapon names in it, like AK-47, Uzi. It had a bunch of weapon names in it, and that's not professional looking. You know what I mean? If someone's going to try and email me to do business, and I give them an email that has AK-47 and Uzi in it, doesn't look too good. So think of my old PSN name like a very first email you create. Eventually down the line, you're gonna make a better email that's more professional looking and more suited to how you are yourself. Like my current email is just my name now, just like how my YouTube channel and my social media handles are my name now. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's why I changed my name from FatalKrouzer to Fatal Steven. I just want to be myself more instead of being known as a video game character. You know what I mean? To all the people in the past that have guessed my name correctly, kudos to you guys. Honestly, you would be surprised how many people do not understand where Krauser comes from. I believe throughout the whole 13 years, only honestly I'd have to say like 7 people have correctly asked me, is that Krauser from Resident Evil 4? So to all the people who guessed it correctly, congrats, thumbs up. But I am Fatal Steven now, and I'm just gonna be myself. So if you like that, if you want to be on this journey with me, cool. If you don't like it, that's all cool. You know what I mean? Like, I respect your opinion, I respect your decisions. I'm not gonna force you guys to like my name or to stick around. You know what I mean? Do your thing, I'm gonna do my thing. Simple as that. Fatal Steven out. Remember, guys, stay proper. Peace.